This is amazing. Everyone jumps in, you know, everyone is here. Everyone's in fighting! I'm gonna be part of it too. This is beautiful. Yeah, it is so like everyone assembles, every character. And I love this scene here because everyone gets to do something. Everyone's like, I can scream, I can throw stuff at him. Yeah, these random people are like, I can do some laser beam or something. So this is beautiful, man, because he got out crying again. He has seen it twice now. Because he got the clothing of some random kid who was like, take my clothes! He's well, I'm gonna so much for man. Yeah, and he's getting his clothes, right? He's putting on the shirt. And then Deku is like, I know what his shirt is. It's the number 5th edition. I was screaming, guys, but yeah, I'm crying, man. So, welcome to this review, guys. I'm talking about the final episode, right? I just want to show you the scene again. It's such a beautiful episode. Everyone teams up, right? And I love to see where Deku gets the clothing from this random guy who's like, take my clothes. I can't have that in power spot. I have this clothes, you know. And Deku is like, I know what this is. This is the armor number 5 shirt. I love this version. You're like, of course you know what shirt it is. It's such a great scene, man. Oh my god. So hello, welcome to another emotional review, right? So I did the reaction bit earlier. It's not a video, guys. Sleep below for that. But I also want to talk about it, right? Because this is the final fight, and I probably will do more reviews also coming in the final like epilogue, right? So I know it's like 1 or 2 more episodes left, right? We're gonna see like, you know, Deku's an adult or whatever. But yeah, this episode was like one of the most emotional things I've been in my life. I was crying non-stop, right? There's so many great scenes. Just in the beginning, right? God, I'm emotional. Yeah, it's like trying to make this review, and I can't stop crying. But it's like, because having everyone coming in there, right? All the characters coming in there, everyone's do something, right? And then it keeps having this heart, the heart of my game, right? It keeps having this heart, where even this scene is just like, it's beautiful. Like this random guy that couldn't like fight or whatever, right? He's also helping out. Everyone is like, you know, I mean, we have the GANBARE scene later, but you know, everyone is like, yes, you know, you can go, you know, I believe in you, and everyone wants to help in. It's like the whole world is helping out, and it reminds so much of, you know, like GENKI DAMA or something similar in Dragon Ball, and everyone resting their hands, right, again the power of Goku. But this one here is better. Honestly, this is better, right? Because this is more actual or organic, right? Where in Dragon Ball, it has this like everyone can just set their key, and this is a good scene, of course. It wasn't like GENKI DAMA in Dragon Ball, but it's like this thing here feels more like actual, like, well, this feels more real. When the guy's like, take my clothes, so now, yeah, like it feels more emotional. It feels more like actually like just do this random hand thing, right? So this does very much feel like a better version of GENKI DAMA, where everyone is like lending Deku either their powers or their clothing or some medical aid or whatever, right? We started with Eric to the horn last episode. Then obviously Eric crying and so on. Then we see the mom even coming in soon, right? And here, you know, every character is just like, we have to help out. I will shoot rail thing. I can still shoot fire! You know, everyone's like, oh, I can have like 1 health point left, but it's like, shoot! You know, every character is trying to do something, right? So I think it feels better because in GENKI DAMA it's kind of like, again, a great scene, but here it's like everyone is injured too, everyone is tired, right? Everyone is like, I got like 1 little energy in me left. So yeah, it's an amazing scene there, and it's just fun of seeing every goddamn character come back together. So this episode is so fantastic. Yeah, this amazing scene, yeah. They carry Deku, you know, and then we see Su's family. He's like, yeah, who the shot is doing it? You know, like it's beautiful, man. It's like the ultimate team up, and yeah, Macadamia's is so well. I just love it so much. It's like every character gets to carry him and so on. And really, like it's just so beautiful. Yeah, GANBARE Onesha! GANBARE Shoji! I mean, honestly, it's a perfect power of friendship between my life. And now, you know, yeah, because like Fat come and yeah, guts! And everyone is like, yeah! You know, like that was so good, man, because every character gets to do something, but I've cried so much, man. And then we see them, we see like his family, we see her family, we see everyone else is like, yes! Yes! You know, it's so goddamn good, man. You know, everyone's like, yes, we can do it! GANBARE! Yeah, they're gonna team up, yeah, you see? Mike and yeah, it's so good, it's so good. And then we're gonna play the music, yeah, so too. They start playing the music, man. He's like, I'm gonna throw him at him. Then finally, the mom gets to say GANBARE 2 as well, right? Yeah, but like I said, that scene is just so amazing. I talked about the export as well, right? I'm crying again here. I've seen it like 5 times now, but I'm crying every time. I'm crying every time I see like GANBARE. But it's like, it's, you know, it's beautiful. But I think it is like, this is the ultimate power of friendship, right? This is something that I perceive genuinely, and I want to be this guy like, oh, I'm just attacking some more animes, but it's a good example of it. This is why this scene here, and I keep saying it honestly, like I think the Clover does is otherwise the best, right? that they actually are teaming up, yeah. Because there's more animes, especially like FT, he's talking about power of friendship, right? But they actually very rarely team up, you know what I mean? And when they team up, right, it's kind of like I'm throwing a fireball to you so you can like eat it and you get stronger with them, right? Or in, you know, or in One Piece, it has to be, oh, I believe in my friends, but they have like separate battles. It's like 7 different teammates, right? Not to be that guy again, right? But that's why Roof Piece, right? In One Piece, it was a good moment. And then unfortunately, Oda was like, man, I need to do it 1-1. I was like, why Oda, right? I think everyone was pointed that it had to be 1-1. It should have been Roof Piece until the end, right? This Hero Macadamia has so much better feel to it, the true power of friendship, because it's like, no, everyone's teaming up, everyone gets to do something, everyone gets to do attack, right? And it's like they're carrying him, they're blocking his attack, they're stripping away the thing, right? And on the same time, which is really great, is that we see every other character, right? You know, we're seeing like Sue's family, and it's like, GANBARE, you know, we see everyone being like, fuck yeah, you know, like everyone is like, yes, right? So it's really, really good. Everyone is cheering on, everyone's screaming for Pete. Everyone gets like their own backstory. You know, there reminds me a little bit of like something random here. It reminds me a little bit of like something like Master Chef or Top Chef or something like that, you know, Hell's Kitchen or whatever, right? Like this reality shows, and a bunch of stuff too, where they attempt to have this, you know, oh, here comes the chef's family, you know what I mean? If you see that Good Ram show, it's like, in episode, you know, 10 or 11, right? It's like, here comes this guy's mom or something, yeah. It's that kind of feeling where everyone has this, like, sad family moment or something, right? But it's really is this thing, and it's an amazing final episode, because they really get this, like, I mean, we have to have everyone actually doing something on the same time. And overall, right, the final fight has been this thing for the last, 20 episodes, whatever, right? It's been this thing for a very long time now. Where it's like, oh, it's Deku and Bakugo doing the bro thing, right? As this thing is, you know, it's like, and now we're doing this thing. Yeah, it's almost like a bunch of characters, Hawk doing this thing with this thing. Yeah, so it's consistently been like, you know, more than one character fighting, right, against the odds. And again, I don't want to, you know, this is the review part, so I'm a little more negative now shows now, but it's like, that's what I miss, you know, these other shonen shows, like, genuinely. I miss that. I miss that when having to fight this super strong bad guy, right, they should stay with their friends, right? Because the whole point is that the evil uber antagonists, right, they're so powerful that the hero should never, I think, honestly, right, in a shonen storyline, the hero should basically never be stronger than the main bad guy, right? Without having to, like, sacrifice the powers or whatever. But, like, normally, right, the hero, the main character, so to speak, shouldn't be stronger than the bad guy. He needs to have help to be the bad guy. But this is much better done, because it actually is like, he needs to be carried by, he needs to be pushed by Bakugo, he needs to do this thing. Ida needs to, like, run with him, you know. This is much more like the power of friendship, right? So this is like the ultimate final episode fight here. Then it kind of ends with him, like, losing his power of Shigaraki. And I guess Shigaraki is free from his presence, so we can feel it sort of for him. Yeah, I mean, this is the only thing I would say is a little bit negative, right? Because I'm not a big, I think everyone probably agrees with me the thing. Overall, right, people agree, I think, that this whole thing, that not only did Alpha, you know, make him evil and this stuff, and, you know, gave him the quirk or whatever, but he also, like, manipulated his father to be like, you should probably punch your son is ugly, you know what I mean? This whole bit is a little bit overkill, right? I think, for the whole Alpha thing. And it comes back to this bit more here, right? He's like, oh, I'm finally free from that bastard. And it just kind of makes it Shigaraki has, like, zero control over it, right? And I think that is a weakness. I would say that's my only critique on this whole last final bit. That was unnecessary, adding that All For One also, you know, manipulated his dad and mom and whatever. Yeah, they're like, no, that, you know, he pretended to be their friends. It was just, no. And because now it almost feels like Shigaraki is completely innocent, right? And he had no actual self-control or whatever. And I guess you could argue for that, right? Leave a comment below. You think Shigaraki is innocent in that sense? Because he had this zero self-control whatsoever. But you know what I mean? I really like that idea, right? That this bad guy just had no other option to be bad. He could have still, you know, had this sad backstory and chosen to be a good person, right? So it's a little bit like, yeah, but he was so controlled, blah, blah, blah. So it feels a little bit, you know, like, it removes so much agency for him, right? And then instead, this final scene is kind of like him being purified, I guess. His essence is clean from the other bad guy, right? It's a little bit sad. But so I don't know, honestly. I feel a little bit iffy, and I think it comes back from that more. Like, if we didn't have the last scene, where Alpha was, like, also his dad's friend or something, and we didn't have it at all, right? And then we saw the scene, I would have liked it more, yeah. Then I would be like, okay, this is good. He was still, you know, it was sad. But no, it's almost too much, right? Yeah, it's too much now, I think. So but as I said last week too, right? That's probably is like the only real critique on this thing. A little bit issue there with the writer. He kind of makes Alpha just be beyond absurdly planning everything, right? And I think that overall that's a little bit of issue because it's like it feels like certain bad guys should have happened more naturally, right? Because for example, Dabi Toya, he's also picked up, by All for One, right? When he was in the forest after the burning down, that's why they thought he died, right? So it's kind of like it does feel like some of the main baddies, almost all of them, are somehow affected by Alpha, right? Like these three, like that. So it's a little bit just like, for example, Overhaul. Yeah, that's Overhaul example. Overhaul is like this bad guy that just kind of existed by himself, right? Overhaul, of course, was by Suda, which is Killer Suda, the amazing episode. But I think also Overhaul's popular because he was kind of like a bad guy by himself, you know what I mean? He was like, I'm this super evil, cool bad guy dude doing something over here. I'm only related to these other guys. Yeah, okay, we have like a team up with them maybe, and then I betrayed them or whatever. But you know what I mean? But it's kind of like he's more doing his own evil stuff. And I think the show probably would have actually benefited from that general storyline if it was more guys like Overhaul that was kind of like not connected at all to Alpha, really. And it was kind of like doing their own evil stuff, right? And also maybe some other people from, I don't know, America or whatever, with Star or something, some other bad guys coming in being like, oh, I'm doing this stuff, let's go over there instead, fight this guy in the USA or something. That would have been probably a little more like reasonable than having Alpha just done everything, right? Because now it's like, well, Alpha was behind everything, literally everything in this guy's life. And then where this ends come here. But anyway, guys, I think the episode's super emotional. Like I said, I think it's the best like final emotional anime, everyone coming together. Yeah, it's like the best final fight of all time in shonen, man. It truly is like the ultimate power of friendship, but it is done really well in the sense that I actually really care about everyone, and everyone get to do their stuff, right? It feels fantastic. So I guess hope like the viewer reaction, guys. I mean, I'm tired, guys, and thanks guys for subscribing so long, man. I've been doing this for many years, right? My Academia is one of my original shows, right? I started this channel. My Academia was like one of the first things I did. That's like the Clover, right? So we kind of it does feel weird in that sense. But I know we have like 1 or 2 episodes left, and yeah, it's been to see them. I of course hope, and I think that's probably what everyone's hoping for, right? That they're gonna add more epilogue scenes. Obviously, and I said it before, I've been spoiled, right, on the whole like McDonald's Deku, because that was just all over the internet, right? So I couldn't avoid that, the whole like time skip thing. It was just so much plastered on the internet. So I hope to add more to that, right? I hope to add more, like grown-up Deku. It would be really cool if it was like the last episode, a whole episode of Deku being a grown-up, right? Doing stuff, like 30-year-old Deku or something, or I don't know, Deku's a dad or something. You know what I mean? I would love something like that. It obviously feels like they're gonna do like a Boruto, right? Dragon Ball GT. I mean, it'd be incredibly crazy insane if they weren't making a spin-off, right? They already have, of course, the villain spin-off, yeah, obviously. The Vigilante spin-off, obviously. But you know what I mean? Like, it would be super weird if they didn't make like a time skip spin-off about other heroes, right? And Deku is like a teacher. Yeah, it would be incredibly strange if they didn't do that, given how this is still one of the most popular animes, and everyone loves Season 8 here, right? Super popular, and it's crashing and stuff and so on. So it would be incredibly surprising to me if they didn't make like an anime-only sequel, not based on a manga, right? Like, for example, Dragon Ball GT or super weird, right? Super weird if it doesn't happen. So I hope that the last episode kind of sets it up, like a longer last epilogue episode, setting up like these are the new students, Deku's favorite kid or whatever, this is his son, he's gonna be new hero, something like that, right? Because it is a lot of stuff to work with there, and obviously a lot of the other characters could be teachers or pro heroes teaching them and so on, right? So yeah, it's like perfect for that. If anything, I think it makes more sense than for Naruto, because in Naruto we have all these characters, but they live, in different cities, or there's a fire city, that's the the water and so on, right? It's a little bit weird how they actually somehow have to turn up together, blah 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 and so on. But in My Academia, it's like all the heroes kind of live in the same city, right? They're all the teachers or pro heroes in the future, right? And they all kind of live there. Maybe some of them are retired and they play music or whatever, right? But they kind of, they all live there, so it's much easier to explain why this is this character. She was in that anime, she's back now or whatever. Yeah, it's easier to kind of, explain that, right? In a process way without being still keeping it organic. Man, I can't barely speak today. I'm so emotional. I can't barely speak. I feel like I'm stuttering around. And anyway, guys, hope you like the video. Subscribe. Have a great day.